Today we're going to go through a couple scenarios and I want you to respond to each one. So here is a picture of a boy at the doctor's office. Look at the boy carefully. What is he saying to the doctor and how do you know that?
I don't want any of that medicine. It will kill me.
Cindy wanted to paint a picture. She got her paints, paper, and brushes ready. Her dad told her that she had a meeting to go to in 10 minutes. He said, "Do you think you should wait until later to paint?" What did Dad mean when he said that?
You are going to make a mess and we have to leave.
Here's a picture of a lady eating in a restaurant. Look at the lady carefully. What is she saying to the waiter and how do you know this?
That doesn't look too good. I need my money back and I want a grilled cheese instead.
Cindy asked her mom to go to the movies. Her mom said, "Your little brother's toys are all over the house. I don't have time to clean up and take you to the movies too." Cindy tried to think of a way to work things out for both of them. What could Cindy say?
I will clean up his toys if you take me to the movies and get me a popcorn.
How do you know that what Cindy says might work? Okay, next one. Matt is telling about a scary movie he saw. Cindy did not want to hear any more of it. What did she say?
I hate scary movies, so don't tell me about it. That is not nice.
Mom was supposed to pick up Kate at 4. Mom waited a long time and Kate was very late. When Kate finally got there, Mom said, "Thanks a lot for being on time." What did Mom really mean when she said that?
You were late and I am mad. You are grounded. Give me your phone.
Here's a picture of something happening in a store. What is the customer saying to the salesperson and how do you know this?
This is really bad. I can't plug it in.
Cindy was teasing Matt a lot every day. He got mad. They had been good friends for a long time. Now Matt is so mad that he won't call Cindy or visit at her house. What can Cindy say to Matt to be friends again?
I am sorry for being so mean. I promise I won't do it again.
Matt was telling his teacher a story about the beach and a sailboat. In the middle of the story, he suddenly started talking about his new tennis shoes. And then he began talking about Chad's new skateboard. And suddenly he asked about the math test. The teacher said, "Stop." Matt knew something had gone wrong. What went wrong in Matt's story?
You should not have asked about the math test.
Some boys were wrestling and playing around. Dan accidentally tripped Scott. Scott was very angry about falling. He said that Dan tripped him on purpose. It was really an accident. How could Dan explain that it was an accident?
You made Scott pee himself. That is so embarrassing.
Brad is watching some older kids start to play a baseball game. He wanted to play too, but he was not sure they would let him play with them. He looked at all the kids. What did Brad see and what did he say?
They are saying hi to Brad and want him to play.
Matt was in a hurry to pass out all the cookies. He forgot to give one to Kate. Kate said, "Matt, you are so rude. You forgot me on purpose. Give me a cookie." Matt stopped and turned around. He told Kate that she was the rude one. Kate knew she needed to fix things between them, and she still wanted a cookie. What did she say to fix things?
I am sorry, but I have 3 cookies?
Matt was hanging up a poster. He wanted everyone to see it. Cindy and Kate were busy talking about a very important problem they had. Matt yelled at them, "Hey, look!" And then he yelled, "Hey, I'm talking to you." This interruption made the girls angry. What did Cindy say to him?
Be quiet, you are annoying.
Chad and Matt were playing a game. Chad kept calling Matt bad names and got very, very angry. Chad kept on calling Matt bad names, so Matt got up and went home. Chad telephoned Matt later and said, "What's wrong? Why did you go home?" "We were in the middle of our game." How did Matt explain what the problem is for him and what he needs?
You were mean to me and I am not your friend anymore, so call Jack.
The teacher said she was feeling sick today and maybe getting a cold. She asked the class to work together in groups quietly. She asked them not to talk loudly and to stay in their seats. Matt talked loudly. The teacher asked him to be quiet. Matt got out of his seat 2 times. The teacher said, "Matt, I really think you are being unfair to me right now." Why did the teacher say that?
The teacher should go home so everyone does not get sick.
Cindy was having a slumber party with 2 of her friends. It was very, very late, and they were laughing and talking. Her dad came in and said it was time to go to bed, but Cindy and her friends wanted to stay up a little longer. Her dad seemed tired and angry. What can Cindy say so that he will let them stay up a little later?
have one more hour, I promise I will do my chores tomorrow.
The class earns free time by being quiet in the library. Kate was very loud, talking about a problem that she had. Matt and Cindy were watching Kate. They saw how she was feeling, but they wanted her to be quiet in the library. What could they say to Kate?
Be quiet so we can win.
Here's a question that's not on the picture. How is an umbrella like a tent?
It covers you.
Chad and Matt were walking. The sidewalk was being fixed and there was wet cement. Matt wasn't paying attention to the sidewalk. Chad said, I guess you like walking in wet cement. What did he really mean when he said that?
You are not looking. Why are you so dumb?
Matt was really upset when he found out that he had Mr. Smith for math. He thought that Mr. Smith looked mean and would probably give a lot of homework. Other kids thought that Mr. Smith looked mean too. Matt told his dad how upset he was, and his dad said, You can't judge a book by its cover. What did he mean?
The math book was hard.
How is a road map like a recipe?
What is a recipe? I don't know.
Matt was passing out sandwiches. Kate asked for peanut butter. Matt gave her a cheese sandwich and forgot to tell her that they were out of peanut butter. Kate got angry and told Matt he was being mean. How can Matt fix things between them?
Why can't I have peanut butter? I am not allergic.
Your team lost an important game. The coach said, Into each life some rain must fall. What did he mean?
It rained all day.
Cindy was telling the counselor about a problem with another girl. She said that things keep happening and she was mad. She said that the other girl said it too. And so did that boy. The counselor did not understand what had happened, why Cindy was mad, and who the other boy and girl were. What went wrong, and how could Cindy tell her story so that the counselor can help her?
The boy was not there.
Brad told Matt about the sailboat races he had seen. He talked on and on about the winning boat. He told about its color, length, and how wide it was. The people in it, what the people in it were wearing, a scratch he saw on the side of the boat, and something someone in the crowd said about the boat. He told every single thing he could think about the boat. Finally, Matt said, That's enough about the boat, and walked away. What went wrong?
He didn't like boats and got seasick.
Your new math lesson is very hard. You want to skip it and do the one in the next chapter. The counselor says you have to crawl before you can walk. What does she mean?
To find the book.
Chad asked his parents for new rollerblades. His old ones were broken and did not work. His parents did not want him to buy did not want to buy him new rollerblades. They said he never took care of the old ones. What can Chad say to talk to his parents into getting him new rollerblades?
I took care of them, but they don't have any laces.
The kids wanted Matt to play cards with them because they needed one more player. They asked him 2 times to play with them. He said no. He wanted to read his book. Kate tried to think of a way to talk to Matt into playing. What could she say to get Matt to play with them?
You can go first. You can win.
All the kids in Pete's group were arguing and could not prepare the project for their science teacher. No one could agree on how to do it. The science teacher said, "Too many queen bees and not enough worker bees." What did he mean?
They were all being bossy.
Matt talked and talked about his friend. Ben asked who the friend was. Matt kept on talking about the friend and a game they had won. Ben did not know who the friend was or what the game was. He was very mixed up. He asked, "Who is your friend and what game are you talking about?" Matt said, "Stop interrupting me. I hate that." Matt was mad. Ben was mad too. They both walked away angry. What went wrong?
They lost the game.
Chad started talking about his summer vacation. He talked on and on about his trip. He talked about things he did and people he met. Cindy did not know who or what he was talking about. She kept asking who he was talking about and what he was talking about. Chad got mad and said that she was not a good listener. What went wrong?
She was mad that she didn't go.
Kate was building a doghouse. She needed a hammer and a saw. Her neighbors had tools. She knows he does. He does not like for people to borrow his tools, but Kate asked anyway. The neighbor said he was not sure he wanted to lend the tools. How can Kate talk him into it?
We need a doghouse or Snoopy will get wet in the rain.
Class was almost over. Matt started picking up the markers, but Kate was not finished with them. Matt told her to work faster, and this hurt Kate's feelings. Matt did not want to hurt her feelings. He was sorry he said things that went wrong. He was sorry he said things that the wrong way. How can he fix things between them?
I'm sorry, you clean up the markers.
Cindy was angry and came to Kate's house. When Kate answered the door, Cindy said that she was really mad at Kate for telling a secret. She said, "I told you not to tell. Why did you tell? I can't trust you." Kate told the secret. She felt sad and worried. What could Kate say to fix the problem and get Cindy to trust her again?
You are not my friend anymore.
Cindy was hanging up pictures on the wall at school. She needed help, and she knew that the teacher was very, very busy grading papers and did not want to be disturbed. Cindy did not want the teacher to be upset or angry about being disturbed. She tried to think of a way to ask the busy teacher for help. How did she ask the teacher for help?
Can you help me, please?
Kate wanted to see a movie, but her dad said she could not see it. What could Kate say to her dad so she might get to see the movie?
I will do my homework first.
Jerry was taking all the markers from the table. The teacher asked Kate to explain sharing to the little boy. How did she explain it?
You need to share them and not be mean.
How is a blanket like glass?
It's green.
Two of your friends are angry at each other and not speaking. You would like them to be friends again. You talk to each of them. What are 3 things you could tell each one that might make them want to be friends again? Remember, this needs to be 3 things that would convince them to make up and be friends again.
They are friends. Friends are nice to each other. They are not mean.
Matt was having a really bad day at school. His favorite teacher told him to be quiet 2 times. He was very angry at the teacher and felt like he was being picked on. He picked up his book and threw it on the floor. The teacher said, looks to me like you're shooting yourself in the foot. What did she mean?
He threw the book onto his foot.
How is a tire like a shoe?
It rolls.
Your friend pointed to a new girl at school. Then she said, all that glitters is not gold. What does she mean?
She has a sparkly shirt on.
You're having a really bad day. You tell your father about it and he says, a strong tree bends in the wind. What does he mean?
It was windy.